Picture this, guys. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The stadium lights are glaring, the crowd is literally deafening, and what's supposed to be a fairly routine World Cup group stage match, it turns into this absolute unpredictable roller coaster, taking down the totally epic Group C clash between Morocco and Haiti that ended in a completely wild 4-2 finish. Okay, let's dive into this. On paper, you probably think you know exactly how this matchup goes down, but here is the central question driving our whole narrative today. How did an underdog, playing purely for pride, mind you, push a World Cup tournament favorite to their absolute breaking point? Well, to really get it, you gotta look at the psychological setup going in. Haiti had absolutely nothing to lose. Morocco, on the other hand, they basically had the weight of the entire world on their shoulders. I mean, just look at this quote. It perfectly sums up the vibe. The Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta bore witness to one of the most chaotic, entertaining, and high-scoring encounters of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Why this matters is super crucial for your big takeaway today. Morocco desperately needed a win to survive and advance to the knockouts. Haiti, they were completely unburdened, totally unleashed. And when you mix that kind of high-stakes desperation with fearless freedom, you get absolute fireworks on the pitch. So let's break this incredible match down into acts. Act 1, a chaotic first-half shootout. Right from the opening whistle, structure is totally out the window, the ball is flying from end to end, and the pace is just relentless. We're just 10 minutes in and boom, the unthinkable happens. There's this momentary, a split-second lapse in the Moroccan defense. Haiti's Lenny finds a tiny pocket of space, instantly seizes the opportunity, and just smashes the ball into the back of the net. 1-0 Haiti. Out of nowhere, the underdogs send this massive shockwave through the entire stadium. So now Morocco is rattled. They're completely stunned, but, they're determined. They flip the switch immediately and start throwing absolutely everything they have forward. But Haiti's goalkeeper, Johnny Placide, he basically decides right then and there to turn into an absolute brick wall. He pulls off the spectacular, gravity-defying double save, denying Achraf Hakimi and then El Kaabi back-to-back on a crazy, frantic rebound. It was unreal. The pressure is just building rapidly. You can practically feel this goal-mouth frenzy relentlessly unfolding. Boom, 39th minute. Absolute chaos in the box after a cross, and Hakimi desperately lunges forward, tapping it over the line to level it at 1-1. But wait, just 4 minutes later, Haiti's Wilson Isidor unleashes this breathtaking strike from distance, just soaring past Bounou. 2-1 Haiti, the Moroccan fans are dead silent. But this first act, still not over. Deep into stoppage time, Morocco's Ismael Saibari finds some space and fires home a crucial equalizer. The whistle finally blows, and we're locked at an exhausting 2-2. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer contrast between the two halves. We're moving from the frantic, high-speed scrambles of Act 1 into the much more patient, controlled midfield play of Act 2. I mean, just imagine the Moroccan locker room at halftime. The manager knows that playing into Haiti's chaotic game, it's a dangerous trap. They need to breathe. They need to slow things down. So instead of rushing forward and leaving these huge, dangerous gaps at the back, they realize they have to purposefully take full control of the midfield. They need to patiently probe Haiti's incredibly resilient backline. And that calculated, deliberate shift in strategy, that is exactly what dictates the rest of the game. Which brings us right to Act 2, the tactical midfield shift. A completely different Morocco emerges from the tunnel, draining all that wild chaos right out of the game and replacing it with strict, disciplined control. And all that strategic patience, it pays off right here at the 78th minute. This is the big turning point, guys. Substitute Soufiane Rahimi picks up a loose ball just outside the box, following a corner kick. And he doesn't rush. He doesn't panic. With just supreme composure, he takes a careful touch to settle himself, picks his exact spot, and curls a magnificent, totally unstoppable strike right into the top corner. For the very first time in this entire match, Morocco finally takes the lead at 3-2. Let's move to Act 3 and see how this builds into the grand finale. Substitutes seal the victory. Morocco's bench entirely changed the complexion of this game, stepping up massively to put this resilient Haitian side to bed once and for all. Just look at the precise execution in these 4 steps of the 89th minute dagger. Step 1, incredible baseline grit from Rahimi to somehow keep the ball in bounds when it looked like a completely lost cause. Step 2, he squares this perfectly weighted, super unselfish pass straight across the face of the goal. Step 3, Gessime Yassine is waiting right there at the back post to just comfortably tap it into an empty net. And step 4, the agonizing, breathless tension of the VAR check. The whole stadium goes quiet, just waiting. The check confirms, the ball stayed in play, and the goal stands at 4-2. And this brilliantly illustrates the supreme composure and clinical finishing of this Moroccan squad when the pressure was at its absolute peak. But remember, Haiti never, ever stopped fighting. I mean, even in the dying seconds, like 90+4, they force a brilliant, desperate save out of Bounou from a highly dangerous free kick. When the drama wasn't quite over, Soufiane Amrabat actually walks off late after getting a red card, which means Morocco actually finished this exhausting marathon of a match with just 10 men on the pitch. So the crucial point is, looking at the final outcome, Morocco officially punches their ticket. They advance to the round of 32, finishing as the runners-up of Group C. Haiti exits the tournament, but let's be incredibly clear about this. They exit with their heads held super high after a truly heroic, unforgettable performance that genuinely terrified a tournament favorite. Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought to take away from. We essentially saw two completely different versions of Morocco out there. Can their patient, brilliant tactical adjustments from the second half carry them deep into the high-stakes knockout stages? Or are disorganized, chaotic starts like we saw in the first half ultimately going to be their undoing against even tougher opponents? It's a fascinating duality for sure, and it leaves us all pretty eager to see exactly how the rest of their World Cup journey unfolds.